Okay, good afternoon YouTube. This is Dan the Home Handyman again. I'm coming to you with part 3, I think it is. I bought a lot of stuff at this garage sale. I came across a guy, he just didn't want the stuff anymore. He was just selling it. I mean, at some really low prices. He gave me great deals on a lot of stuff, and I'll go through the videos with you one by one and explain to you what I bought, what they're used for, and how you could benefit from using them yourself at home. What is in front of you right here is the hole saw kit. So I'm going to remove these for a moment. This is not some Harbor Freight thing, okay? This right here, let me see if I can zoom in. Hold on. I zoomed in. This is, well, it says plumber on it. It's made by Lenox. They make good, nice, sharp, American made. It's made in the USA. And it tells you up here on the box, I mean, if you want to cut for pipe. These are bimetal. They'll cut through steel, sheet metal, wood, whatever you want them to. And I checked out this kit, and I'll go through it all with you here in a minute. Okay. I'll get a better picture of it. I'll go back to the beginning of this under the lid. And so it's got all the sizes on here: 3/4, 7/8, 1 1/8, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2 1/4. Now, in this kit, what the guy did that I got this from, the guy did that I bought the kit from, he's got like 3 different mandrels in here. He's got multiple blades, all different kinds of sizes. Okay, and then he's got these great big, gigantic, or very large ones like this. So this is a huge assortment, and I got them for less than 10 bucks. Okay, so I couldn't go wrong, even if it was just for the mandrels, but these are all incredibly sharp still. He has used them, but I can feel right here the teeth. They'll almost cut you if I drug my finger too much on them. They're almost razor sharp still. So you still got a lot of use out of them. So if you're doing automotive work and you need to drill a perfectly nice, beautiful hole through something, it doesn't matter if it's plastic, 16, 18 gauge, I think automobiles are, what, 18 gauge? I don't do auto body work, but I'm assuming something like that. It'll glide through it just like butter, okay? And I use these, or I've been using these on wood projects. I'm going to show you something very simple that you can make, and it actually, when I do signs, it notches out the corners. Now I'll show you at the end of the video a sign that I did where I actually used a jig and these hole saws to notch out the corners. But you can use these for a variety of things. It's a good deal. If you don't come across something like this, I mean, you can. I do have another one where I just went out and bought a Milwaukee mandrel, and I bought a specific size hole saw that I needed. And then you can just add on buying the hole saw blades as you need them. So you don't need to necessarily run around and look for garage sales. But I wouldn't buy them from Harbor Freight. I have a friend. It lasted, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 cuts. The metal that it's made out of is not good quality metal. They dulled out really fast. The mandrels are cheap. If you've got something you just want to drill 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, maybe half a dozen holes, you know, go ahead and get it. It will do the job. And I don't want to criticize everything from Harbor Freight. I do shop at Harbor Freight, and I get lots of things that I can use here at home in all the little arts and crafts things that I do. You know, what do I buy? Ties, I buy glues. They do sell Gorilla Glue, lots of different stuff. But anyway, back to the hole saws. I'm going to pan over, show you my drill press, the setup, and how you can use these. Here we go. Here's a shot. I'll pan slowly. This is one of my drill presses. I have more than one. This is a Delta, big 3/4. Okay, and I made this wood flat stand, you'll see right here. And then you'll see I got some C-clamps on here. So I'm going to walk around, step in front of this, and I'll explain everything to you. One moment. This I made, and I countersunk a couple of 4 screws, and it bolts this piece down onto the short cast iron flat piece that comes with the drill press. Okay, now this is a nice base. This one right here, right here, it's got clamps. It holds on this scrap piece right here of plywood. It's actually chipboard. Just a scrap piece I had laying around. Then I took these little flat pieces of throwaway wood that I had, and I put them on here, and I set my screw holes way back. Okay, and I locked this onto the drill press. I brought the drill press down. Okay, and I notched out this arc right here. I'll show you. Hold on just a moment. Okay, and so now, because I have this screwed in and I have my vise clamp, I can unclamp it. I can set this up real fast, real easy, but it does a beautiful job. When you take a piece of wood, I'll grab a scrap piece in just a second, I'll show you, and you set it in here and you can notch these corners out real quick and easy. Just a second, I'll set it up. All right, we'll start rolling again. All right, this is just a scrap piece of wood. That's all this is, and I'm just going to show you how easy this jig is once you have it set up. So I did a previous video when I was making wood signs and demonstrated how to use this, but you just go like this. The drill press is locked. The clamps are holding this secure. So all I got to do is I can rotate this however I want right now. It won't change the cut, but watch. Notice I'm going up and down. The reason for going up and down so the wood doesn't lodge inside of that round bit. And there you got it. Nice, notched out. It's actually pretty darn smooth in terms of having to worry about sanding it. You can hook up a little sanding mandrel or just do it by hand with about 150 grit. It'll clean this right up, but you could take a look. It's beautiful. There's no marks, there's no waves, they cut right through it. Okay, that's how you use it. Alright, a couple questions off of the forum. Okay, well, what size bit? Well, I have all the way up to 4-inch. So that one's probably about 2 3/4, maybe 3-inch round, bimetal cutting bit. Now they're not cheap. If you buy Milwaukee, which is generally what I buy good quality, cutting bits and blades. You're gonna pay a little bit for them, but they will outlast everything else probably 20-30 times. They cut beautifully. I've used them, like I said. I've got projects around here when I was building the trailer. I needed some holes cut. It went right through it. Just like I said, it's just like a knife through butter. Put some oil on it, keep the oil saturating around the bit as you're cutting through it. Take your time and don't try to force it. It'll glide right through. The hole will come out perfectly round. It's nice. It's nice to have nice round holes through sheet metal and any kind of metal work. No, I haven't tried to drill through anything real thick like 1/4 inch, 3/16 or anything. No. It's just been wood and thin metal. Yeah, it's like I said, you can buy the arbor separate and then buy the whatever size bit that you want for it. It doesn't have to be an entire kit. Maybe you don't want all those. You can just buy the ones as you need as you go along. Keep your costs down, but just make sure you buy good quality stuff. If you're going to use it a few times, like I said, just get the stuff from Harbor Freight. It'll work. It'll do the job, but it's not the best, highest quality. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Well, no, okay, that's another subject. I said you could sand it off with 150 grit, because if you go 150 or even 180, that's more than fine, because I use a film finish on all of my wood signs and stuff like that, whether it's lacquer or whether I'm using the 2x Ultra Coat cover, which is made by Rust-Oleum. Clear gloss. Anyway, those are film finishes. So no, it doesn't make a lot of sense to sand up to 600, 800, 1200. There's no reason for it if you're adding a film finish. Yeah, okay, look, again, that's on another subject, but I'll go ahead and tell you before we wrap this up. Everything that you do when it comes to this stuff, whether it's metal or whether it's wood, the way that your finish is going to turn out outstanding is in your prep work. It's not in the products that you buy necessarily. You want to buy at least decent, good products, to finish whatever with, whether it's paints or clear coating, like metal work or anything like that, but you want to buy decent stuff. I'm not disagreeing there. Where a lot of people go wrong, and I have a friend of mine, is he gets in too much of a rush. Slow it down, and I keep reminding him, what's the difference between an okay finish and an outstanding finish? It's real simple. The outstanding finish requires a little bit more time. Put a little bit more time into your finish work, in your prepping for the finish. Then your finish will come out, classic, showroom. It'll look outstanding. It'll look beautiful. I did a small plate for a friend for an automobile, and he couldn't believe the time I was taking to prep the metal. But then he saw the result. We put 3 coats of blue, and we put 2 coats of of clear on over it, and of course you got to buff it and all that stuff. But it turned out to be like a flippin' mirror. So again, it's a little bit of a pain, yes, but it's well worth it if you want something that has an outstanding finish. Okay. All right, that's it. Thank you very much. If you liked the video, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Comments and questions, I'll try to get to them. If you want some more video or more instructional stuff on something I haven't covered, give me a holler. I'll be more than happy to do it. This is Dan, the Home Handyman. You folks have a good day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.